Hello everyone, welcome back to another Taekook requested video. Hope you will love it. The rain poured like never-ending tears from the sky inside the grand mansion surrounded by black cars and armed guards. Kim Taehyung sat in their silence, staring at the glass of whiskey in his hand. The cold silence of the room matched his soul. No one dared to speak unless spoken to. Everyone feared him. After all, he was the boss. The name people whispered in fear, the man who ruled the underworld with calm cruelty. But today, even he felt something strange in his chest. Boss, one of the men entered quietly. The boy is here. Taehyung's jaw tightened. Taehyung, bring him in. He didn't want this. His life was built on blood, secrets, and silence. A child, no, a young man, didn't belong in this world, but fate had different plans. The large door opened in came a boy with big round eyes, soft brown hair, and a small backpack hanging on his shoulder. His steps were unsure, but his eyes were bright, too bright for this dark place. Tim looked him up and down, too thin, too friendly, too soft. Jungkook, are you Uncle Tae? His voice was small but full of curiosity, not fear, not even a little. Taehyung blinked, taken aback by the name. Taehyung, don't call me that. Jungkook, why not? You are my mom's brother, right? Taehyung, she and I weren't close. We stayed siblings. Jungkook still makes you my uncle. He smiled. He looked away and stood up, walking towards the window to hide the strange heat rising in his chest. Then you will stay here until I find a better place for you. Jungkook, you don't. I don't have anywhere else to go that night. Then watched the CCTV screen in his office. Jungkook was in one of the guest rooms, sitting on the bed, had his knees. He wasn't crying. He was just quiet, looking around like he didn't fit, like he was trying to be strong. Then light a cigarette but didn't smoke it. He just stared at the screen. Why did he care? Man one was, this isn't safe. He is just a kid. What if someone target him to get to you? Man two, he doesn't belong to this world. Send him away before it's too late. Then remain silent. Then leave. When they left, he sat in the chair, eyes still on the screen. Jungkook had fallen asleep, holding a small teddy bear. Too pure for this place, too pure for me. The next morning, Taehyung walked into the kitchen and nearly choked on his breath. Jungkook was standing there cooking. Taehyung, what the heck are you doing? Jungkook, cooking breakfast. You don't have carried or instant noodles, so I made eggs and toast. Then this isn't your job. Jungkook, I know, but I feel useless just sitting around. Jungkook handed him a plate with a sad smile. Jungkook, Uncle, hey. Sir, he took the plate and stared at it. Warm food. It had been so long since someone made something just for him. He sat at the table slowly and took a bite. It tasted like sunshine in the storm. You are not scared of me, are you? Jungkook, should I be? Look at him with cold eyes. I didn't say you. I just took responsibility. Jungkook still, it means something. Taehyung looked away, not knowing what to say. Days passed. Jungkook stared and He didn't just survive, he changed the atmosphere of the cold mansion. He greeted every guard by name. He smiled at the maids. He asked questions about things for food. He made tea when Taehyung had as he walked. He talked about silly things like his favorite anime songs and high school memories, and Taehyung listened every word. He started coming home early, started eating more, started sleeping better, but he also started feeling something dangerous, something he shouldn't have feel. Late one night, Taehyung stood outside Jungkook's room. The door was slightly open. Jungkook inside was sleeping peacefully. His lips slightly parted, his arms wrapped around the small teddy bear, so innocent, so untouchable. Taehyung's thoughts. He's, he's just a child. Your nephew. What the heck are you wrong with you to walk away? Quickly, heart beating so fast, but he couldn't lie to himself anymore. He felt something, and that feeling was forbidden. One evening, when Jungkook was watering flowers in the garden, one of Taehyung's men approached him angrily. The man, "What are you doing, kid? This isn't your home." Jungkook, I'm just helping out. Man, listen, you better leave soon. You are not safe here, and you are distracting the boss. Jungkook, what do you mean by distracting? The man clicked his tongue and walked away. That night, Jungkook quietly sat in the corner of the kitchen until Taehyung walked in. Taehyung, what's wrong? Jungkook, do I make things hard for you? Taehyung, who said that? Jungkook, one of your men. He said I am a distraction. Taehyung's eyes turned dark. He immediately left the room. A few minutes later, a loud punch because through the hallway, the man who spoke to Jungkook was on the floor, blood dripping from his nose. Then nobody talks to him like that again, ever. The house went silent, and in the shadows, Jungkook watched it. His heart beat a little faster. Later that night, they found Jungkook sitting in the hallway, hugging his knees. Then you should be asleep, Jungkook. I couldn't. I saw what you did, Taehyung. I just protected what's mine. Jungkook looked up. Jungkook, am I yours? Taehyung's breath catching his tooth. Taehyung, you are under my care, that's all. Jungkook nodded slowly, but both of them knew it was more than that, much more. That night, both of them lie awake in their separate rooms, staring at the ceiling. Jungkook's heart was confused but warm. Taehyung's heart was loud and full of fear because in the world full of danger, he was starting to fall in love with the one person he shouldn't, his nephew, his forbidden love. Taehyung spent hours mourning. The smell of eggs and toast filled the large, quiet penthouse. Taehyung, still in the black robes, walked out of the room, rubbing his tired eyes. The faint sound of soft humming made him frown. What the heck? As he stepped into the kitchen, the scene in front of him made him stop. Jungkook was in simple white t-shirt and blue shorts. He stood at the stove, flipping pancakes with a big smile. His hair was messy, his feet bare, and he was completely comfortable in a house that didn't feel like home to anyone except maybe him. Jungkook, good morning, Uncle Tae. Taehyung blinked slowly. Taehyung, why are you cooking? Jungkook grinning because you didn't and you drink black coffee with nothing else every morning. That's so sad. Taehyung looked around. He had noticed the dust was gone. The curtains were arranged perfectly. The floor didn't smell like cigar and anymore. Still, he didn't say a word. Instead, he turned and walked into the dining table. Taehyung, next time don't touch my things. Jungkook, okay, grumpy. He placed a plate in front of them and sat opposite him. Try the pancakes. I used almond milk. Taehyung, taking a bite. Reluctantly, he chewed. He paused his swallow. They were good, but didn't say it. Later that day, in Taehyung's office, Taehyung sat behind his desk, potted separate across the surface. His men stood around the room discussing tech update and upcoming deals. backstage, weapon in hand, and in the center accused Jungkook and Thunder holding and speeding down his cheeks. But he wasn't alone. There was more five weapons drawn, pointed straight at Jungkook. Taehyung got away from him. His voice dropped, and calm, cold, deadly, the laughed gang leader. So this is the pretty uncle, huh? Must be really special for you to risk your neck, Jungkook. One man lunged forward, a mistake because in the blink of an eye they moved and they screamed. By the time Jungkook blinked again, it was over. The on were lying cold. Every man did. The white truck soaked in red. Taehyung stood in the middle, chest having red breast. Taehyung stepped closer, not caring about the on the floor. Jungkook, you killed them for me. Taehyung looked down at his hands, red, shaking, still warm from Taehyung. I didn't want you to see this side of me, Jungkook, but I wanted to see you. The words made Taehyung's head snap out. Jungkook's face was soft, despite the on his cheek. His eyes held no fear, no disgust, just something heartbreaking. Tender Jungkook, you are not a monster. I see you. Taehyung's breath catch. Why was it always like this? Every time Jungkook looked at him, it felt like sunlight on the closet day. And tonight he couldn't take it anymore. Taehyung dropped the with the cut and stumbled forward, collapsing onto Jungkook's arm, putting his face into Taehyung's shoulder. Taehyung, I didn't want to get hurt. Jungkook, I know. Taehyung's body trembled, not from fear but from the flood of emotion that threatened to break every wall he had built. They stood like that, two bodies pieces fitting perfectly together in the middle of the later that night. Jungkook bandaged themselves and neither spoke, but the silence wasn't awkward, it was heavy with something else. Need, guilt, longing. Taehyung sat on the edge of the bathtub while Jungkook kneeled before him, finger brushing the skin gently to center. Taehyung, you shouldn't have seen that part of me. Jungkook, I should have seen it sooner. Taehyung looked away. Taehyung, you think you know me, Jungkook, but you don't. I have done things, terrible things, Jungkook. So have I. Their eyes met. A moment passed, longer than it should have, and then Jungkook leaned in, slow, hesitated but sure. His breath took it. Taehyung shake. Taehyung didn't move, didn't blink, didn't breathe. Their lips were a whisper apart, and the air between them hot, electrified. But at the very last second, Taehyung turned his head, pulled back. Taehyung whispered to no, I can't. Jungkook, uncle. Taehyung, you are my nephew, Jungkook. The words tasted bitter on the tongue because he didn't mean them, not anymore, but they were the only thing keeping him from falling. Jungkook, I don't care. Taehyung stood up immediately, hand clenched. Taehyung, well, I do. He stormed out of the bathroom, his heartbeat pounding in his ears. He leaned against the cold wall in the hallway, breathing hard, sliding down on the floor. What was happening to him? Why did he want to kiss him? Why did he care so much when Jungkook was in pain? He was crossing the line, a line that shouldn't even exist. Jungkook didn't follow. He stayed kneeling on the bathroom floor, staring at the spot where Taehyung said just seconds ago. His heart raced, but not from rejection, from the hurt in Taehyung's eyes. From the way he shook when Jungkook touched him, from the way he pulled away like he was ashamed of the feelings blooming between them. Jungkook softly, I will wait until you don't hate yourself for needing me. That night, both men stayed awake in different rooms, listening to each other's footsteps, holding into their chest like it could stop the edge. And outside the city moved on, unaware that two forbidden hearts had cracked open, one painful beat at a time. That night was quiet, too quiet. Jungkook stood on the balcony of the penthouse, watching the stars fade behind clouds. His fists were clenched around the railing. He couldn't sleep, couldn't think, couldn't breathe, because all he saw was him, Taehyung, drenched in blood, but still beautiful. Taehyung trembling in his arms. Taehyung turning away just when their lips were about to touch. It had been 2 days. 2 days since that moment in the bathroom, since the almost kiss, since Taehyung whispered, "You are my nephew." Jungkook had respected the space. He hadn't pushed, hadn't touched him again, but tonight he couldn't hold it anymore. He pushed open Taehyung's bedroom door. The man was sitting on the floor, back against it. He never really slept. Jungkook closed the door behind him. His footsteps slow but firm. Then, without opening his eyes, couldn't sleep again. Jungkook, no, because I'm in love with you. Taehyung's eyes snapped open. His breath catched. Taehyung, don't say that. Jungkook, why not? He walked closer, kneeling in front of him. Jungkook, you know it too. You feel it, Taehyung. I feel it. He whispered. That's the problem. He looked away, trying to calm the storm in his chest. I'm too old for you, too dark, too messed up. Jungkook, I don't care. I killed people. Jungkook, I have killed too. I have lived through hate. Jungkook, then let me be your heaven. The silence between them cracked. Jungkook leaned in, pushing his fingers along Taehyung's jaw. The older man pinched but didn't pull away. Jungkook, I love you, Uncle Taehyung's heart clenched. No one had said those words to him with such clarity, certainty in years. No one had looked at him like that. Not like he was broken, but like he was worth of being adored. And Jungkook looked like he would burn the world just to hold him. So this time Taehyung didn't move away. He let Jungkook kiss him soft, hungry, painfully slow. Their lips moved gently but desperately, like they had been waiting for years. Taehyung's fingers crawled into Jungkook's heart, tugged him closer. Their breaths mingled, their hearts pounded and snapped. Then Jungkook pulled back. He stared at Taehyung, his parted chest heaving. Jungkook, tell me to stop. Jungkook, Taehyung didn't. Instant he Taehyung, don't stop. Jungkook stood up and reached down for things and helping him to free his feet. No words were needed now. They were moved to the bed slowly. Jungkook guiding him to gently with gentle touches and deep eyes. Clothes flew away between kisses and whispered gaps. Jungkook's lips mapped every scar, every inch of the skin that Taehyung had spent years hiding from the world. He kissed his collarbone, his throat, his trembling wrist, murmuring soft, "You are beautiful," whenever breathe. Between every breath, Taehyung painting Jungkook, let me love you. And Taehyung did. For the first time, he let go of every wall. He let himself to be touched, watched her like something scared. He let Jungkook take control, slow, passionate, relevant. Their bodies moved together like they were made for each other. Jungkook's eyes touched. Jungkook's touch, every touch was careful, every moment filled with love and unspoken promises. And then Taehyung into him whispered his name like a prayer. Jungkook kissed him again, slow, deeper. There were no chains between them tonight. No titles, no age, no sign. Only love, only them. Later, thin love in Jungkook's arm. His head resting against the youngest bare chest, their body tangled beneath the seat. Still warm, still breathless. Jungkook traced lazy circle on the bed, silent. Taehyung looked up at him, his voice soft. Taehyung, you own me now. Jungkook smiled gently, sweetly, and kissed his forehead. Jungkook, no, here. You own me. Taehyung clenched weakly. It was the first time Jungkook had ever heard him laughing like that, quite unguarded and real, and Jungkook knew right then he was never letting go, no matter what the world thought. The world outside their apartment still born with danger, secrets inside, but inside their bed, it was quiet, it was soft, and like curled up in Jungkook's arm. His fingers lazily tracked surface on the youngest chest. The sun break through the blinds, painting gold lines across their bare skin. It had been a week since that night, a week since Taehyung had let himself fall completely. Has only existed here in Jungkook's warmth, in his steady hands, and in his gentle love. But today he had something to say, something that had been sitting quietly in his chest. Taehyung softly, I want out. Jungkook looked at him, blinking slowly. Jungkook out. Taehyung out of Mafia, out of this life, out of all of it. Jungkook sat up, heart racing. Jungkook, hey, are you sure? Taehyung nodding. Looking down, Taehyung, I have spent 35 years living like a shadow. I'm tired. I want to live like a person, like someone who feels the sun, someone who doesn't have to kill to breathe. Jungkook reached out, cupping his face. Jungkook, you deserve that. You always did. Taehyung, but I only believed it because of you. He kissed him then, slow and grateful. 2 months later, the city was far behind them. So was the pain. Taehyung sold everything, the business, the weapons, the empire. He passed the title to one of the most trusted men and told him, don't contract me again unless someone dies. And then he vanished. With Jungkook by his side, they moved into a small town by the coast, in the place where no one knew them, no one whispered about mafia blood and forbidden love. The locals just smiled and waved them when they passed. Jungkook opened a cozy cafe on the corner street. He named it Kiss Me Later. He would sit by the window, random, sketching random things in his notebook while Jungkook and give old ladies extra whipped cream. He wore sweaters now, oversized, soft ones. He looked younger, happier. Even one evening, Taehyung stood behind the counter, stared at the history of burnt cookies. Then fun. How did I mess up again? Jungkook grinning because you put salt instead of sugar. Junghyun going, I'm not made for civilian life. Jungkook wrapped his arm around him from behind. No, you are perfect for it, just not the cookies. Taehyung smiled, leaning back into his chest. At night, you have gotten bold. Jungkook is mocking. You made me like this. Taehyung smiled, then grew serious. Then, do you regret choosing me? I mean, I'm older, complicated. I have blood in my hands. Jungkook took his hand, kissing every clench. Gently, Jungkook, you are the only thing I have ever regretted. I have never regretted. That evening, the sun dipped low into the ocean, painting the sky orange. The pink Taehyung stood barefoot in the sand, his sweater sleeves pushed up, and the wind bruising his hair. Jungkook came up from behind, arm wrapping around his waist. Taehyung softly, I never thought I would live to see peace. Jungkook, you are not just living here, you are breathing. Taehyung leaned back against the chest. Taehyung, you know what I realized? Jungkook, what? Taehyung, I was never afraid of the world. I was afraid no one would ever stay long enough to see the good in me. Jungkook turned him around slowly, gently holding his face. Jungkook, I saw you. Even when you hide, I love you. Even when you pushed, and now I will keep you forever. He kissed him slow and deep as the sky blurred behind them. They are framed by the light, their hearts beating in one. Jungkook pulled back slightly. You are mine, Uncle Tae, forever. Taehyung smiled, eyes glistening with emotion. Taehyung, and you saved me. He rested his forehead against Jungkook. No more blood, just love, peace, and the sound of waves crashing softly in the background. This was the slow burn love story about forbidden affection and the power of gentle love to tame even the darkest souls. Jungkook, the innocent but strong young man, saw Taehyung's broken pieces and loved them anyway. Taehyung, the cold Mafia boss, finally let himself be held instead of feared. They were wrong for each other by the world's standards, but in each other's arms they found the one thing that ever felt right. The end. Hope I did good and you enjoyed the story. If you also have any requests, please let me know. And whoever have requested, please just wait. I'm working on it and I will upload it one by one. And hope you will enjoy it. Okay, see you again. Bye bye. Love you. Bye.